think that's part of the reason that the world is just so upset all the time and just so angry and fussy. It's because there's no color in anything. Hey friends, so it is a beautiful day here in southern Kentucky. The morning started chilly, typical, but it is extremely warm here today. It is a beautiful day. I think it's supposed to be 60, 65 today. It's got me eager to get outside. I've been counting down the days until this warm spell hits. So we're gonna get down here, check the mail, get in the house and get our boots on. And then I've got a couple of chores. Really need some sunglasses. I got a couple of chores that I want to get done out here. Alright, before we go out, I got some packages. And I actually think this one will be helpful to me while I'm out there, because remember I said I needed sunglasses? I think this is some sunglasses that I ordered from TikTok. So, yep, it is a 4-pack of sunglasses that I bought off of there for $10. So, $2.50 each. I lose sunglasses. I don't take care of sunglasses. I just throw them in my purse or whatever, and they get scratched and whatnot. So I figured this was a good deal for somebody that doesn't take care of them and is always losing them. Good enough. It's a 4-pack. So I'll probably put one in each vehicle, put one in my bag, and then I'll have one here at the house. I think these was my favorite of them. Yeah. And then just the black pair. And well, good thing that was my favorite because it came with 2 of these. So. And this is I think this is a battery pack for my phone, because my phone is ancient and it doesn't, the plug part, I can't charge it with the plug, like it's not usable that way, and so I have to use magnetic charging. And the ones that I have in the car, since I refuse to pay a lot, for it, it doesn't work that great. Where is my phone? Oh, it's over there. So I ordered one of these that I need to read on, because I have to charge my phone with a magnetic charger, and this is a magnetic charger, like on the go magnetic charger. So I grabbed that. But anyways, I'm gonna put this on charge and then put it in my purse. That way it is ready to go, because especially as my phone has been getting older, so I mean my phone is old, so it dies quicker, and then the chargers in the car don't charge it correctly. John unplugs my chargers sometimes to charge his phone, and so he done that last night, which thankfully, you know, it was an at-home day, so it didn't matter. But he done that yesterday morning. He unplugged my phone because he seen his phone was dead, and charged his phone, and then didn't plug back my charger. Didn't plug my charger back in. And so I thought my phone charged all night, and woke up this morning and it was pretty much dead. So nonetheless, this would have been handy, because the car chargers are the slow chargers, and they don't charge it much. And there's been a couple times we've been out and about, my phone goes dead, and I don't like that. Lily has an active cell phone. We don't get our children active cell phones until they are 16. It is a rite of passage. When you turn 16, you get actual, you know, cell phone line, data, all that stuff. Granted, they use our hotspot and whatnot when we're out, but they don't have an active phone line until they turn 16. But Lily will be 18 this year, and she has an active phone line, so you know, we always have her phone unless it's dead, because sometimes she forgets to charge hers too. Thankfully though, hers just charges with the normal plug-in charger still. This one's just so old and decrepit that it's on its last leg, and it's limping. But yeah, I'll be getting Wendy a phone this year too. Not a phone, because she already got a phone. Be adding her to the service plan this year, because she will be 16. It's a rite of passage around here. Nobody gets a phone until they turn 16. I almost cracked and let Wendy go ahead and get one a couple of months ago, but I was like, you know what? It's just part of it. It's just, you got to be 16. It's your tradition. You got to be 16. So we're going to wait. And so she will be getting one in April. Nonetheless, this actually is already charged, but I want to get it charged fully and get it put in my purse. I would like to see if it's a fast, probably not a fast charger. It says 34 minutes until it's 80%, and it's at 51 because it never got fully charged from last night. Anyways, we're gonna get this charged gonna get outside and do a little bit of a walk around. We'll just call it that. That way this video isn't too long and y'all know that I get chatty. But we're gonna do a little walk around and whatnot, and I don't even know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out when we get there. There is a ton of stuff that I need to do out here and that I could be doing. And it'll be so much quicker if I didn't have a camera, and I'm not gonna do it. Not today, I don't think. I might get a start on it. On my to-do list is definitely to get this porch cleaned off. When we cleaned up John's back room that became Violet's playroom, some of this junk, they just sat it out here, and I think he's slowly been taking it up. We need to faster, more quickly take it up and get this all cleaned off, want the porch cleaned off. And I need to dress my geese, that's the word, their winter attire from the snowstorm. But I thought we would come out here. This false spring is just, it's exactly what my soul needed after all that nasty weather. I'm gonna go up here and check out the blueberries. That's one thing I wanted to go up there and make sure I done today. I got a whole to-do list. I really need to make my to-do list and not just keep it in my head, because I do better if I actually make it. And if I put it on the fridge, it irritates me if I don't do things, and so it's just right there and haunting me until I get it done. I need to do that, but I wanted to share. I shared it on Facebook, but if you're not following me on Facebook, you don't know. But John installed me a light up here. And is it the prettiest thing? No, but do we care? Absolutely not. Do you know me? But it's got lights under there too. That will have a ceiling eventually. So it's got lights up under there. But this is what I wanted. It's a huge light that lights up this whole area from the fence all the way up to the edge of the animal yard. This tree kind of stops it from going any farther, but I didn't care about that. But a few days ago, it was probably a couple weeks ago, I don't even remember. John was working in the basement. We came out onto the porch thing here, and he was talking about, putting in the porch lights up here and how he was going to make sure he ran all the wire out before he finished that wall in there. And I just told him, I said I would like to have a light right there, and I pointed at that post. I actually pointed down here. I said I'd like to have a light right there so that when I'm doing chores at night, I can easily turn it on. It lights up the way for me. Don't have to worry about if I have a headlamp or holding a flashlight or making sure I got my phone or something like that, because it gets very dark out here on this side of the house. And so we got a bedroom, our bedroom up here. We have lights up there, and we turn them on and they just shine down on the ground, and that does really good. But who wants to walk all the way upstairs to the bedroom to turn on the light just to come back down and take the dogs out and all that stuff? So I said I would like to have one there, because the plan is that in there on the wall, I talked about this in the basement video, in there on the wall we're going to have a command center. That's where I'm going to put my animal boots. I'm out here without a snack, which is not okay, if you can see her. I don't know, I can't see the screen too good. But I said I like to have a light there, because that's the door we mostly use, especially when it's bad weather. That's the door we mostly use, and so I'm just right there all the time anyways. He said it would be better if you put it on up, because then it would, shine out farther. And I said, I don't know nothing about that, just whatever. I would just like to have one. It was only in passing. And so it hasn't been that long, because I think he only built that wall last week. Nonetheless, I forgot about even mentioning it, even though I did want it. It's just one of those things I don't really think about until it's nighttime and I'm trying to come out here and making sure I got a headlamp or just some sort of flashlight, because if it is dark, it is really dark on this side of the house if the moon's not out. And so yesterday, after an appointment, we had to go to Lowe's because he needed some more stuff for, I'm bringing you something in a minute. He needed some more stuff for inside the basement, and he asked, on the way to Lowe's, he had asked about an outdoor light that he had bought for the building and never put up. And I told him, I said, I don't know where it's at. I don't remember seeing it, whatever. And so when we was at Lowe's, he grabbed one. Again, wasn't thinking nothing about it. I thought that it was just something he needed for a job, because they're working on like a barn thing right now, and I don't typically know what he's doing at work. But we got home and I was doing stuff in the house, and next thing I know, this light is put up. And so we came out last night and used it, and it is perfect. But I'm so thankful for that. It's little things like this that mean more to me than anything else, because it just shows that he's taking care of me, that he loves me enough to do little things like this. That's not so little, because this took him probably 2 hours. I wasn't you know, I wasn't like timing it or nothing because I just thought he was working on the basement. And then I knew he was outside, so I thought he was putting those lights in, and never crossed my mind that he's putting up that light that I wanted. And with him running it up that way on the other side, he's got it in like conduit, so you know it's safe or whatnot. But on the other side it has a outlet, which is another thing that I wanted up here because I got them little tree things, and I really want them out here because, like I said, this side of the porch gets very dark because there's not a porch light here unless you go all the way up stairs to our bedroom and turn on the porch light. So, and I didn't even realize that he had put the outlet out there. Like, we was at Lowe's yesterday and I helped him find stuff and do stuff, but I had no thoughts of him doing that. But yeah, it's got an outlet up there, so I'm going to reorganize that. That's on my to-do list too. Can we really enjoy it for the next few days? Yes, but it's supposed to be back in the 40s next week, I think. So my boy is out. They're out having a family day, thrifting and just shopping and whatnot. So he texted me. I sent him a new place that I just had seen on TikTok, and I sent it to him because I knew they was out in that area, and he went and checked it out, and he was just informing me that it was a pretty good place to just sit up. Nonetheless, that's on my to-do list. So I need to, what was the first thing I told you? Back porch. I want to get that reorganized. I might actually do that today so that I can come out tomorrow and do a little Bible study there once it warms up. And then I really want to get this cleaned up. This is just like a command center, I guess. It holds our animal feed, so it's got animal trash. Obviously I can't even move that. That's a door that was in his back room. All these leaves, this electrical fence, that's a mess. That's none of my business. Actually, that's my dog kennel, and that's for Violet's doghouse. Violet? No. Clovis's doghouse. I just want to come out here and get this cleaned up a little bit. There's one of the lights, and there's one of the lights. This will have a ceiling put in it. So that's why it's just so open. But I want to come out here and get this cleaned up. We had mentioned that I need a shed for like storing. John mentioned that I needed a shed for storing like the feed in, and I told him I actually would like to have a little one just out there in the animal yard, so it's all just like put together and not spread out, because we got the actual feed pellets out here. The corn and scratch are in the house, because I had 3 of these and I still do, but the latch broke on one of them, and so it's not usable. So we keep the feed in the scratch and the corn in the house, which granted I only buy corn in the wintertime. But I told him I would like to have a little thing out there. Is it something we're going to do anytime soon? Absolutely not, but it is something I would like to have done later on. I had a company reach out, I guess it was last spring, and ask if I wanted a little shed thing, and I was like, I don't really have nowhere for it. I can't make it work, and I don't want to just take stuff, just be taking it. I want it to be efficient and usable, and so I passed on it. I wish I could go back to then and be like, yes, we could use it. It's just a little simple shed thing, like I think it's for like garden tools or something. I don't know, but I could have used it for my animal stuff nonetheless. So I need to clean that off, get that set up. The back porch, I need to get out here and just do a deep clean. That's as good as you can deep clean the animal yard. Get out here and clean the animal yard. Get Clovis's blanket out. I had to put it like that. It's very unaesthetic, but one thing about me is if it's efficient and it works good. What am I seeing? I don't know. Is that a man? I don't know if that's a man or trash. Kind of creeped out right now. Is that a man? I don't know if you can see the man. That's not a man, but he's there, right there. Looks like a man in a red vest and orange. I was thoroughly creeped out because I just thought he was just sitting there staring at me while I was talking on my camera. It's not, by the way. It's something on the side of their building that I just had never noticed. Maybe it's not been there before, or I just haven't noticed it. I don't know. Nonetheless, not a creeper. This girl's chewing up the fence. I need to get in here and do a little bit of cleaning too. And then that needs to be dragged up to the burn pile. Everything is so sad looking right now. Just brown and just not blooming and beautiful. I noticed that it was during the ice storm. We had went to a doctor's appointment. I think Lily had to go to her, no, that was before that. Either way, we was going to an appointment. And there was still ice and snow on the ground. And everything just looked so black and white. Like there was no color in the world. Like most of the vehicles you see are black and white. Like, granted, that's what we got. Minus John's like blue-gray truck. But, I mean, we didn't buy for color. We bought because they was affordable, what we was looking for kind of thing. But just everything is just so dull, like especially this time of year. There's no color to plants, just no happiness. And I was telling John, actually prefers it. He said he thinks it's better. Like I was talking about how like growing up, McDonald's was always like super bright and super fun looking, and now they're just all so dull and unaesthetic. And that's actually what we've seen like a black looking McDonald's with a little bit of gray in it. And John said, see, I think that looks better. And I said, I don't. And I said, I think that's part of the reason that the world is just so upset all the time and just so angry and fussy. It's because there's no color in anything. And color brings happiness. And it's just, there's a reason that people get depressed in the wintertime. And a lot of it has to do with there's just no color. There's no sunshine. There's no happiness. So he didn't fight me after I said that, but I think that's maybe he started thinking about it a little bit. Maybe he just didn't agree and didn't want to go any farther with it. But I just think that's part of it. There's just no color or happiness, and just makes people angry. So we need more color. Nonetheless, come up here. I'll be so glad when these are full. That is something that I'm really hoping that we get done next month. I'm hoping we can put a pause on the basement, which I hate to say, but the stuff is slowed down anyways because of, he went back to work full time, and that's a blessing in its own. But the basement slowed down. I'm hoping to put a pause on that at the beginning of March. That's where I'm going to start, like, trying to coax and sugar him up to get my other beds built. And I need to make a garden plan, which makes me super excited. Like, I'm super excited about thinking about that, because I just, last year, if you watched that video over on my Between Us channel, I talked about how I just let not getting my garden done hurt me and hold me back. I refuse to do that this year. So I'm hoping that I have the beds, but if not, we're just gonna rip the ground up here. We'll do it. But we got these 2 beds. We're gonna build 3 or 4 more. And then we've got these little ones here. This tree is supposed to come down before blooming season because we never get fruit off of this one. The birds beat us to it. And John has to trim it so hard every 2 or 3 years that it don't really give it much chance to make fruit anyways. And it is the fastest growing tree ever. And so it always gets in the electric line. As you can see, it's pretty close. He'll have to trim it again next year if he's lucky. But not if he's lucky. We're supposed to just go ahead and cut it down. It hurts my heart a little bit because it's a mulberry tree, and they're probably my favorite as far as like looks go, and mulberries are delicious. I'm gonna cut this one down though, and I told him I would like to put one somewhere else once we get the yard permanently done. Not that anything is ever permanent for us, but I would like to get another one here. But this will be gone, so we can use this for beds. I honestly don't even know what this is for. I think this is just, John built this specifically for this add-on, specifically for metal and whatnot. He got a good deal on some, and so it's an investment for our home and his business and just, whatever. And so that's what he built that for, was that. And so maybe this belongs there. But I was talking to him this morning. We didn't get far because he was going to work. But we're gonna be moving, which I think we should have already done it, but it is what it is. We're gonna be moving these 2 small blueberry bushes because they did not do good up here. Last year, one of them had like 5 berries on it. This one done beautifully. Oh, look at that. That's all new growth. Maybe I don't need to move it. I don't know. That's all new growth though. I need to get this off. We're gonna do that today, and we're gonna clean out around it. And then this is all new growth. I'm so excited. I hadn't noticed this. Granted, I don't come out here, but not this time of year. And then This one has a little bit of new growth. And this is the one that, am I showing you? This is the one that had a couple of berries on it last year. This one didn't have nothing, but look here. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't move it. Should I wait until next year? I need to Google it. Ask somebody. I might come out here and clean up around my blueberries. Definitely need to get this off. I think this is rebar in the ground though. I'll talk to John about that one. I told him when he came home today we would discuss those blueberries. So, because neither of us was really in the mindset to think about it. And he thought I wanted to move all of them. And originally that was the plan. But then this big one done so good last year. I'm like, we can just leave it. And if those would do good, I would be okay with them there. But John thinks they don't get enough sunlight. But when he cuts this down, I don't know. We'll talk about it when he gets home. And I'm sure I'll update you eventually on it. But it's just a beautiful day here. And got me wanting to get out here and talk about a garden and just share a life update on the homestead here lately. We got a lot that we have to do because it's just been, I mean, it's still winter. I have to keep reminding myself that it's still winter. It's still winter. We still have 5 or 6 weeks of winter left. But when the sun peeks its head out and the warmth starts to show, something in me just starts screaming to start growing things. He's also supposed to cut this big deadly thing down. He actually was already supposed to do that, but we know better than most that life happens and whatnot. So, super excited about it though. Just to plant it, I think he definitely needs to take that tree down before we do more of the garden, because he don't want it to come over far. But it will be coming over. If he don't build my beds, that's a compromise that I'm going to make for us, is he will lose his driveway there, because Mama's going to have a good garden this year. What is this? Nobody knows. It's untelling. So, yeah. I think I want to decorate, rearrange the porch up here. I was going to check the weather and then got distracted. I know that we're supposed to have a good weather. Definitely tomorrow. Maybe the rest of the week. Oh, I was supposed to get some more mulch and redo this. But I was very happy with that last year. And along with our garden beds, he's supposed to build me a big flower bed here off the ground, because he don't want to do much groundwork because he wants to protect his tree there. He wants to protect his tree there, so not much. It's going to be a like off the ground garden bed that we built, similar to I think the porch post, just up a post and then like a standing garden bed. That would be good to have for cut flowers, because I love to have cut flowers in the house. I could just fill it up with cut flowers. Sounds like a good idea. We always, both of us, it's not just me or not just him, we always have like a whole bunch of ideas and things that we want to do, but it's all time consuming, and it's also money consuming, and you have to spend money, you have to spend time making money before you can spend the money, and then you're tired from earning the money, and so you gotta, you deserve a break, or he definitely does. Nonetheless, we'll get it all done. It will all eventually be done. I've been chitter-chattering a whole lot, so I know this video is not going to get much views or whatnot, but I don't know. I don't even know the point of this, but just wanted to pick up camera. Just wanted to pick up the camera because I've just been missing talking to you all. I'm trying, not that hard, but I'm trying to get back into posting on here. It's just easier. I get hyper fixated on things, and it's easier. It's still too bright to do that. It's easier to do like Facebook posts and whatnot, and I get hyper fixated on things, and so I'm not good at scheduling and fixing, doing like this time and this time. I'm trying to get better at it, because I definitely don't want to leave y'all hanging. I appreciate y'all. You've been there with me for a very long time. YouTube has been my starter and forever home, so Well, maybe forever. You know how that goes. Can't say forever. But, yeah. So, I think we're just going to go ahead and end it here because I've been talking forever. I'll be lucky to make this a 20-minute video. We're going to go ahead and leave it here. I will be getting some stuff done. Look at this porch. Yeah, need to get that. That's on the to-do list too, I guess. But, got a lot to do. Might just go ahead and start another video and get this porch done and share it with you all. But I'm excited for the spring to come. Like I said, I know it's still winter, but I'm excited for the spring to come and just to watch our homestead grow in ways that it's going to be growing, which I do know 2 ways that it's going to be growing this year, and I'm super excited about that. But we'll see you all next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye, friends.